Yes.
All right. Craig, she's ready.
I'm ready.
I'd like to call the meeting of the Merrillville Redevelopment Commission meeting for May 28, 2024 to order at 6:21 p.m. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Chandler Felton. Councilwoman Haynes Edwards.
Here.
Councilwoman Uzelak.
Here.
I'm here. Councilman Pettit.
Here. 4 members. We have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Accounts payable register voucher approval for May 28, 2024. Approval of the meeting minutes from April 23, 2024. Approval of the workshop study minutes March 19, 2024. And approval of the workshop study minutes from April 9, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uzelak, seconded by Ms. Hardaway to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have no old business. Mrs. Chilcott?
No old business.
Okay. Under new business, we have business facade rebate application for Jackson Glover and Associates, Helen Hill. Angie?
Yes, Ms. Hill is present. This is for the strip mall here at 7600 to 7608 Broadway. It is for an upgrade to the signage, replacing the street signage with illuminating double side cabinet and the paint for the exterior of the building front and back. She's submitted the required documentation and the 2 estimates. They're they're in line with one another. I did give you a breakdown in your packet of those costs. And this property is adjacent. It doesn't lie in a TIF district, but it is serving and adjacent to the TIF district. So I would endorse and support this rebate application with a favorable recommendation. And she is present if you have any questions.
Okay. Members, are there any questions?
No.
This is, Angie, for clarification on the minutes, this is the stretch north of where they manufacture the Dunkin' Donuts.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Ms. Hill, do you have anything? Do you have anything to tell us?
Can you go to the podium?
Yeah, come up to the microphone. I'm sorry. Yes.
Ms. Hill, can you also comment on your tenants that are in your facility?
Good evening, and thank you for your consideration this afternoon. I would like to say that I do have, my property is fully occupied at this time. I have an African market, African braiding shop. There is a tenant in there who owns a sign shop. He also owns a sign shop in Crown Point, and he's looking to move his entire business to this location. Right now, it's being used for storage. So I have a Mexican restaurant and a barbecue restaurant all in that. And they've been rented for a year, thank God. We have had full occupancy, so. But thank you again.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uzelak. Chair will recognize Ms. Hardaway again. Any further discussion? Why don't we, since there's funds involved, Madam Secretary, why don't we take a roll call on this?
Okay.
I don't, no, you don't have to.
Okay. Councilwoman Haynes Edwards.
Present. Yes.
Councilwoman Uzelak.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Councilman Pettit.
Yes, motion carries 4-0. Congratulations. We look forward to everything you're doing out there.
Hello.
The next item on the agenda, ladies, is the Tri-Electronics quote. And I think that's in our packet, and this is for the door project, door security project. Angie?
That is correct. Door security project for the police department. They've submitted a quote in the amount of $25,012.34. And this is to increase the security, enhance the public safety communication with Town Hall that houses the Merrillville Police Department.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Angie, this is coming out of the Broadway allocation area?
Correct.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Angie?
So this is not the doors here. These are not the front doors and the side door. It's just the police department door.
No, it is the front door.
It's front doors.
Is it the side door? Is it all the doors? Didn't we talk about all the doors?
I thought we talked about all the doors.
We
So
did.
Is this inclusive of all the doors or just
The front.
front door and then the police department door?
Mr. Griffin?
Mr. President, with leave from the Economic Development Director, my understanding was that this is going to basically focus on 3 access points, not all.
Mr. Griffin, I apologize. He's asking for you to go to the mic.
Oh,
Thank you, no apology necessary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. I beg the commission's pardon. It is my understanding it will not be all the doors in the building. It will be the foyer doors. I always get this direction wrong, so I have to quickly go. The south doors that are often used by staff to access from that parking lot. And I believe it's going to include the doors either as an access point into the police department, which would be the north doors, or the east doors, which are also on the other side. But I only understood it to be 3 access points and not all the doors inside, which I hope for next time, but I believe it's limited to that.
Thank you.
Councilman
Any other-
Pettit, I would like to clarify, it's Mississippi Street TIF.
it's Mississippi Street TIF. Okay, thank you. Okay. Any other questions of staff? I believe we've been, to make sure we cover this correctly to Angie and Trista, whoever makes the motion, please read into the record that paragraph that's on the agenda, if you would, please. And Chair will entertain a motion.
I move under IC 36-714-12.2A28, the statute which allows TIF revenues to be expended or public safety services to authorize payment for the Mississippi Street TIF project fund on Tri-Electronics quote number 3133 for $25,012.34 to increase security and enhance public safety communication at Town Hall, which houses the Merrillville Police Department.
So moved.
All right, motion by Ms. Hardaway, seconded by Mrs. Uzelak to approve the bid from Tri-Electronics for $25,012.34. Madam Secretary, before we take a roll call vote on this, I do want to acknowledge for the record that Leona Chandler Felton, Commissioner, has joined the meeting as well. With that being said, roll call vote, please.
Councilwoman Chandler Felton,
Aye.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Councilwoman Uzelak.
Yes.
There's an aye from me and Councilman Pettit.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. The last item on the agenda, ladies, is under general orders. This is a resolution 24-06 that we have to do every year. This is a resolution of the Merrillville Redevelopment Commission determining the need to capture incremental assessed valuation. This is prepared by Bob Swentz of London Witty Group. Again, we are required to do this every year, where we want to send this to to Lake County, requesting that we get all the increment that we are entitled to. Correct, Mrs. Chilcott?
Correct, and then we also have to pass this by June 15th and notify all of the taxing units if there's any additional or assessed value that they intend on collecting on that incremental.
Okay. Any questions for Angie?
None.
Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Shauna? Motion by Mrs. Uzelak, seconded by Mrs. Haynes Edwards. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any other business, Michael or Angie?
Just the special meeting on the 11th, if you want to call it.
Yes, I will be calling, normally, ladies, we meet the fourth Tuesday of the month in June due to the agreements and what we want to do with the Boys and Girls Club and Andrean High School. We will have a special meeting to start the timeline. I've instructed Joanna and Angie to email you ladies the timeline that's been put out by bond counsel, Tom Pittman from Barnes and Thornburg, whereby we're going to be giving $1 million gift and a $2 million gift to Andrean and Boys and Girls Club respectively over a 10-year period out of the TIF proceeds. We went through some of this in a previous workshop. Tom has got the timeline together, so look for that in your email. And then we will have a special meeting on the 11th, probably a little earlier, just in case there's other items. Let's make it for 6 o'clock, Angie, this time.
Sure.
Okay. With that, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.